Dreaming of a vacation in Paris with art, intrigue, and a little romance? Then pick up Lost and Found in Paris by me, Lian Dolan, an art history treasure hunt in the City of Light. Available from William Morrow wherever books are sold.
You're listening to Satellite Sisters.
What's a satellite sister?
The person you call when the best thing in your life happens or the worst.
The person that gets you up, gets you going, and gets you through.
And every once in a while, changes your mind.
This podcast is part pep talk, part weekly check-in.
Like grabbing coffee with a friend.
Thanks for being here. Welcome to the Satellite Sisterhood.
You're listening to Satellite Sisters. Thanks for being here today. I'm Lian Dolan in Pasadena, California. I'm a writer, producer. My latest book, Lost and Found in Paris, is out in paperback. I'm hitting the road for a few dates, and I'm happy to be here. Liz?
This is Liz Dolan. I'm in Santa Monica, California. I am a marketer and a podcaster. I'm happy that it's the beginning of the summer season. Julie, how about you?
Wow, Liz, I like that one. This is Julie Dolan. I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm a podcaster too. And here's the question of the day, sisters. Do you still insert your credit card or do you tap your credit card? I'll go to you, Liz.
Oh, God. Why does this have to be so complicated? Obviously, I used to be an insert because everyone was an insert. Tap looks better. But I find that the tapping only works about 50% of the time, and then you end up inserting anyway. It just needs to work better. But I aspire to tap, is what I would say.
I knew that. I knew you were going to be a tapper. How about you, Lian? But
I just can't figure out where or how to tap. What side of the card, where I end up just slapping my card around the check stand. It's like, am I getting close? Is this working? Am I getting close?
Yeah, that would be my situation as well. I just need more. I need to watch a YouTube video, obviously, the tutorial. I'm like waving my card over that machine. I don't think that's right. Okay. So I need some instructions on tapping, but I think it's the future.
All right, Joe, we're gonna talk a little bit more about sad tech realities in just a second. Also, today on the show, we're talking about that Martha Stewart Sports Illustrated cover.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
We're just getting in on the action. We've never left you, Martha. We've never left talking about you. So we're going to talk about that. We have a lot of trends and opinions and comments on things. Liz, you and I were both sad to see the end of MTV News last.
So sad. So sad. So they did a darn fine job, MTV News, back in the day. That's all I can say.
And Julie, you are introducing us to a new department here on Satellite Sisters. You're calling Seriously, Gen Z?
Yes, it's a new Satellite Sister report that I will be doing from time to time. Yes.
All right. We're also going to announce the winner of our Big Fun Weekend gift basket. Thanks to everyone who has registered. Liz, you have some Satellite Sisters merch you've been testing, and we have a full complement of entertaining sisters, including Julie coming at you with a movie not to watch. Julie's specialty, really, actually.
Yes, I've noticed that lately I've just been recommending movies not to see. Well, I got another one for you. Okay.
Good. All right. Well, just a quick Mother's Day follow-up that is tech related. It's like tapping the card. Now, I will say this. I have raised two sons who are, Brooks is, I think, tail end millennial. He's a young millennial, but he sort of considers himself Gen Z. My point is this. He understands everything he needs to know about computers because that ends up being his business. He is a photographer, but his whole life is about things flowing in and out of his computer, photographs, files, this and that. He has a business where he rents gear. So he's constantly hooking up, tethering, connecting computer after computer after computer for clients and photographers and this and files. He understands everything, particularly about the Apple line. So he came over. It was a lame Mother's Day gift, I will say. Just went, got the supermarket succulent. Like, I'm not
Hey, it's the thought that counts.
It is the thought. I mean, he said, I thought you'd like a succulent. I was like, was that the only flowers left? Is that why? So anyway, we have fun with it. He knows. And so, but then I said, Brooks, I need help. I need help in the dongle area. Now, Jill, do you know what a dongle is? because this is a word that just started popping up, I think, during the
No,
pandemic.
I mean, I saw,
All of a sudden we were dongling, we were toggling, we had to know all these other words that we didn't know. So a dongle is basically it's a small device that connects one device to another device.
Yeah.
So, and it has to do with the fact that they keep changing all the shapes and sizes of the plug-in,
exactly.
all these
Yes.
different devices. So things that used to work in one device don't anymore. So the dongle is the connector.
I mean, I have those. I just didn't know
Yes.
that's what they're called.
That's what they're
Oh,
called.
oh,
Okay.
you learn something new every time you listen to Satellite Sisters.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah. So I have gone into the Apple store to buy some dongles, and I have gone in twice to try to get a dongle that works with for a specific need. Both times I've come home with the wrong dongle. And so I said, Brooks, you just need to set me up with some dongles.
Just dongle me, bro. Dongle me, bro.
So he looked at my dongles. He's like, this is criminal that they sold you this dongle, because this is such a specific dongle, Mom, that unless you went in and said, I need XYZ, like they should not have sold you this. So this is a criminal abuse, dongle abuse. So in like 22 seconds, he analyzed my dongle situation, including my new car. I needed a dongle for the car. I needed several dongles for my microphone and stuff like that. In under 2 minutes, he'd assessed the dongles, gone to the Apple store, ordered the dongles, and they were like headed to my house. I was like, this is the greatest Mother's Day gift of all time.
I think this is a business, dongle valet. I think that's right. I mean, forget photography. He could just, I mean, did you know how many people are just doing it wrong out there? A lot. Okay.
Yes. I mean, because I feel like I'm sort of on top of it, but if I could go in twice to the Apple store and get sold the wrong dongle, I mean, who knows what other people are doing? So anyway, you're forgiven for the succulent because the dongles are showing up at my house. I'm very excited. Although it does make me worried about our future. You know what I mean? Like how much longer can I keep up with the dongles is really what I'm worried about,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a legit concern.
Yep. Thank you.
And I understand that. I'm having my own challenge with technology. Well, actually, it's not the technology. Sisters, since the beginning of the year, I have been doing Duolingo, which is the language learning app. I'm trying to learn Spanish. 300 million people have downloaded this app. Do either one of you do this?
No.
No.
Okay.
I would like to.
It's a great app. It was created by a MacArthur genius, and it sort of grabs you because of the gamification of it. There are a lot of tricks, there are points, there's a leaderboard, there's treasure chests, there's a streaks you can run. Like right now, I have a 76-day streak, which means that for the last 76 days, I've used the app every single day to do a little Spanish lesson. Okay, which sounds
That's impressive, Julie.
Yes, it is, Liz. Yes, and I get all kinds of little stars and jewels for that. But here's the problem. Okay, I believe I am circling the language drain. Okay, I am stuck saying hola, adios, and Juan come manzanas. That means Juan eats apples. Okay, all right. I've been doing that for 76 days. Okay, so here's what I suspect, Liz, because there's an algorithm. All right. And okay, I admit it. I had a couple of bad days where I tried to do the app and I didn't have my reading glasses on, and mistakes were made. Okay, mistakes were made. Okay? It happens.
So you think it was a setback with the algorithm?
Yeah, Liz, I know it was because there is a leaderboard. I don't know who these other people are who are studying Spanish, but you're in competition with them. And that when you see your name, and then they have a place called the demotion zone. Yes. So you want to stay out of the demotion zone. You want to do your lessons accurately. So I had a couple of bad days. So I'm back saying hola, adios. That's all I can say. Okay. But so I want to get out of this. And you can skip ahead on lessons. But what if those lessons are too hard? Then God knows where I'll end up. So I need some help with this. I'm trying to just stay with it because I enjoy it. I mean, I've picked up like 4 or 5 words. Yeah, hola, adios, manzanas. Yeah, got them.
Well, I think you'd have to be willing to give up your streak, but you could just sign in as a whole new person.
Would you have to pay again? You have to pay. It's not free, right?
Oh, Liz, that is like diabolical.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a free app to start with.
Oh,
Of course,
okay.
because I'm hooked. Now I'm paying for it, Lian. So
Okay.
I would now I can't do that. That would be Julie 1 and Julie 2. If both of them in the demotion zone, that would be terrible. Just think about that.
Okay. All right. Well, keep the streak alive. Sooner or later, you'll get out of the demotion.
You think I'll bust out? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I think it sounds like a very negative way to learn a language.
No, it's very positive. Lian.
Okay.
All kinds of stars.
Okay.
I told you I had a
Yeah, I
couple of
hate
bad. I had a couple of bad days.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything with gamification, I'm out. I hate the stars. I hate the treasure chests. I hate the leaderboards. No, not doing it. Don't gamify me, bro. Not happening. Okay, so my product news is actually so non-technical and yet so urgent. I think you girls are going to be surprised. You know that speaking of what I'm standing for, I'm a Wirecutter stan. Anytime I need product testing information, boom, I go to the Wirecutter. And they're like,
Explain to Liz what that is, Liz.
okay, Wirecutter is the product testing website that used to be independent, but now it's owned by the New York Times.
Great.
So you go there and you put in like dishwasher, boom, you're going to get the top 3 dishwashers you should buy, which is exactly what I did. And of course, I just buy their number 1 recommendation because why would I question what Wirecutter has already done? Right. So anyway, so it shows up in my alerts from time to time. And the other day I got an alert that really shocked me because it seemed so, I don't know, newsworthy. And and here's what the headline said from Wirecutter. Citronella candles don't really work. Stop buying them.
What?
I see. So
I thought they were the only defense against mosquitoes and bugs. Yes.
No kidding. We've all thought that for generations. I think about the numbers of citronella candles our mother bought over the years.
Oh, yeah.
That I've bought anyway. So, and because it's Wirecutter, you know it's true. So they did all the testing and they said, quote, but the truth is there's no indication that citronella candles provide any more protection than any other candle-produced smoke. It's all about the smoke. That's it. Has nothing to do with the citronella. Citronella is bogus. It's just that no. Essential oils do not offer a substantial invisible shield. So forget it. Citronella candles don't really work. So, and you know what other news they had? Because then, of course, now I'm on the site. Now I'm reading everything. And for what it's worth, bug zappers do not work. Mosquito traps do not work. Repellent bracelets do not work. And what they called sound-based products have, quote, no repellency value whatsoever.
Wow.
So
you
that's
you
what
just
I've been
get
thinking
stung
about the beginning of the summer. Like, what are you going to do? You want to know what does work?
What?
Surprisingly, a simple fan is a good way to keep mosquitoes at bay because, well, as we all know, because Wirecutter told us, mosquitoes are notoriously weak flyers, sisters. That's it. All you need is a breeze. And you're,
Wow.
yeah.
Well, what kind of fan should we get?
Well,
Is Wirecutter going to tell us that too?
yes, Julie.
I think it's a scam, Liz. I don't believe that. I think bug spray works. Okay.
Well, no, bug spray. They're not saying bug spray doesn't work. These are all outside things. Yeah, putting DEET on you does work. Anyway, we don't need to discuss. You can go to Wirecutter and you can read all of the science yourself. I'm just saying, citronella is bogus.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing actually. Is there nothing we can count on? Is there nothing that we just know for sure works? Okay, so that's just the Wirecutter news.
All right, Liz. Oof.
Okay, so Lian, you mentioned at the top of the show that before we even got around to recording today's show, many, many listeners had already posted in the Satellite Sisters Facebook group the breaking Martha Stewart news. That Martha Stewart is on the cover, one of the covers of the brand new Sports Illustrated bathing suit edition, which dropped yesterday. So this news just shot through the satellite sisterhood even more quickly than the Citronella news. I suspect. So, and then and in the paper they also had an interview with her, and I gotta say, well, first of all, let's just talk about our gut reactions.
Yeah.
My gut reaction is, Martha, they just like, good for you. What? Look at her.
Yeah.
Like, she's just going to keep being Martha no matter what else the rest of us do or don't do in our lives. So I think people have some judgment of this, but I don't know. I say good for you, Martha. Good for you.
Yeah, this is Leanne. First of all, I thought it was a hoax because I thought this is a weird time for the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. It usually comes out in the winter. So that's just me being a real magazine fan and like a lifelong subscriber to Sports Illustrated. So I thought, is this a hoax? But then when I realized, well, the New York Times has it, so it can't be a hoax. I think she looks fantastic. I think she looks great. I don't care how many filters, whatever. She looks great in the videos. I've now watched all the behind the scenes stuff. Amazing. Good for her. Fantastic.
Well, I have been complaining publicly for 20 years about a Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
You have.
That Sports Illustrated wants to be a serious sports journal, but they turn into a girly magazine every year and they objectify women. And now they've created a whole industry around it and they've made a lot of money. So when I first saw it, I thought, oh, this is great. Martha is mocking the silly boys who want to ogle at an 81-year-old woman. Okay. And good for her. I'm good for that. Okay. She, but if somehow she has been sucked into this, see, I don't think Martha gets sucked into anything. Okay. So
No.
I believe that she is making a statement. She's agreeing with me. That's what I choose to believe.
Okay.
That she is protesting finally this swimsuit issue of Sports Illustrated. So I'm good with it.
Okay. Well, I wanted to share a couple of quotes from the story, and then we did have some pushback in the Facebook group. So there's one in particular I want to point out, because not everybody is on Martha's side. So in this interview, she's talked about, well, so what do you think? What's the difference between like you and Madonna? Because Madonna got all that pushback this year at the Grammys that she had so much work done to my face. And Martha, this is so Martha. She said, well, there's a very big difference between me and Madonna. She's wearing pointy bras and weird clothes. I'm teaching you how to roll dough. So that's a very Martha thing. And then one other thing that she said, which I think this I love. They asked, is this part of an ongoing self-creation for you? She said, I call it education. One of my mottos for many years has been, when you're through changing, you're through. I like that.
I like that too, Liz.
Okay. When you're through changing, you're through. So, okay.
Then she's totally lived that. She has really embraced a lot of new things and she continues to like try different things. She has not disappeared. So say what you will. She has not disappeared. She has always been a believer in education of all kinds and change. Yeah.
Yep. So, but I also totally understand this position. This is a post in our Facebook group from a listener named Julie, who just said,
it's not me.
It's not you. So this listener, Julie, says, sorry, I call BS on this. It's such an unrealistic bar that continues to be set for women of a certain age. Here's the message I get from this. Love your age, embrace your age, keep going after it despite your age, but please, for the love of God, don't look your age. So I don't begrudge anyone who chooses hair extensions or plastic surgery. However, I find it kind of ridiculous that she's being celebrated as if it took courage to do this photo shoot. There was zero risk. They made her look 30 years younger. So who wouldn't take that deal is what Julie, the listener, said. And I completely understand this point of view, too. It's not like she's just, going like full Monty, here we go, the real Martha. So I get that. But Martha has taken really good care of herself over the years, as she keeps telling us. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, they use filters on 22-year-old models as well. Like it's called Photoshop. So that's what they do. I think Martha's doing what she wants to do. I mean, at 81, she's owning her age, at least. She's not trying to hide her age. I thought it was just a fun, fresh take. And even the behind the scenes stuff, she looks good. And that is not Photoshop. So, I mean, good for her. She has taken great care of herself in the last couple of years. She's really, seems to be doubling down on it. I don't know. I thought it was fun. Good for her. Thanks to Caraway for sponsoring Satellite Sisters. Caraway kitchen products are made without any toxic materials like those PFAS, Liz, or PTFE, or PFOA, or any of those other hard to pronounce chemicals that you do not want in your cookware. Instead, it features easy cooking. Ceramic's naturally slick surface means minimal oil or butter for slide off the pan, eggs, and easy cleaning. Liz, I understand you used one of your Caraway bakeware products this week. Tell us about it.
Shockerly, and you know what I did on Sunday afternoon? I baked brownies. Yes, I did. I baked brownies. I got one of those 9-inch square pans from Caraway.
Yeah, I love those. I love square pans.
They're so great. And I didn't have one. And it's in a beautiful marigold color. So it just looks super happy. Baked some brownies. I sprayed a little bit of coconut oil spray in there, but other than that, they really did slide right out, Leanne, and they were delicious. Delicious.
And then why did you bake brownies, Liz? Were you entertaining or what?
I was entertaining, but I was more just super bored. And I was kind of looking at that pan thinking, I need to put that Caraway baked pan to the test.
Okay. Well, Liz, you're not the only one that loves it. Over 40,000 people have raved about their Caraway kitchen. So now it's time to try it for yourself. I mean, baked brownies. I like to roast salmon on mine. There's all kinds of great reasons to use this beautiful, chic, a sexy cookware. Visit carawayhome.com/satsisters to take advantage of this limited time offer for 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive to Satellite Sisters listeners. So visit carawayhome.com/satsisters, carawayhome.com/satsisters, or use code SATSisters at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern. Liz, it's the summer season. Besides, sitting out in the sun or swimming, what do we love? We love having our butcher box meat and seafood in our freezer for barbecuing, don't we?
Ready to grill. You got your burgers. You got the other day, because I always order the ground beef, the ground turkey, but also I'm a big scallop girl.
Yeah.
So I defrosted some scallops, marinated them, soy, a little ginger, whatever. And then I grilled the scallops, Liam. They were delish.
That's fantastic. That sounds delicious. Well, you know what, Butcher Box, it's easy. It's convenient. You get these delicious premium cuts of 100% grass-fed beef, free-range organic chicken, pork-raised, crate-free and wild-caught seafood. It's all great. It's humanely raised, no antibiotics, no added hormones, but it's delivered right to your doorstep with free shipping. You can curate that box to get exactly what you want. And then you get these incredible high-quality meals that are right in your freezer. Takes just a tiny bit of forethought, but you got it. Scallops on the grill. Well done, sister. Well done. Well done. ButcherBox is giving Satellite Sisters listeners a special deal. Sign up today using code SISTERS to receive ground beef for a year plus $20 off your first order. That's 2 pounds of ground beef free in every box for a year plus $20 off your first order when you sign up at butcherbox.com/sisters and use code SISTERS. butcherbox.com/sisters and use code SISTERS. What a deal. Thanks, ButcherBox. Hi, we're back. Liz, Leanne, and Julie here. All right. So, Liz, last week, the announcement that MTV News was shutting down. I tell you, it really hit me hard. Even if I haven't watched MTV News in the last 20 years, I watched it for the really critical part of my 20s and early 30s. They were producing great news stories with real journalisms. They were changing people's lives, introducing them to important issues. It really made me sad to say goodbye to MTV News.
No, me too. I remember, so in the early 80s, this was my first job out of college, my first apartment. For a number of years, I couldn't afford either a television or cable TV. But then once I could do that, I got a TV, I got cable, and pretty much all I watched was MTV. But
No.
why would you watch anything else? And then, but especially MTV News, it was the first ever like thoughtful, smart journalism that was created by young people about issues that young people either did care about or should care about. And I just really, really enjoyed it. I also was very sad when I saw it was going away, and I started to think about, like, my God, it was so MTV News as a source of information was so much better than, say, our current social media.
Right.
I
know
think
it was
that's true.
limited.
It was real journalism rather than just
Yes,
numbers.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, totally.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Like my sons say they go for news, they go first to Reddit. Right. So, and I feel like my sons have a lot of media literacy for a variety of reasons. But it's still Reddit. They have to wade through stuff and people's comments and, posts and things like that to figure out what is true, what is not. With MTV News, they were real journalists, Kurt Loder, Tabitha Soren, amongst, their most famous journalists there, the ones that kind of led the charge. They were doing hard work. I mean, I used to tune in on purpose to their news broadcasts, right? It was like every day at noon, I knew the schedule and I would purposely tune in it started when I was in high school and then in college and afterwards because I trusted them. And at the time it was just so wildly different. It was just a different point of view than anything else that was happening. And right now, if you're in your teens and 20s, you go to Reddit for everything, which is, a little bit of the Wild West. So that's why media literacy is so important. But it was just fun to see all the tributes from particularly Liz, you're a boomer, but it was really like to find Gen X was MTV News. And so it was fun to see all the tributes last week when it was announced, because people really, many, many people in my generation have very vivid memories of specific things they learned on MTV News and how it changed their point of view on things and how it got them engaged in like the news process, the political process, global issues in a way that, the CBS Evening News would never have done.
Yes, Kurt Loder was your Walter Cronkite.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. And Tabitha Soren, she was my, I don't know, Barbara Walters. I loved her. I really admired her a lot and still do. So I'm sorry that the next generation, MTV has changed so drastically. Now it's a completely different entity than it was when it was actual music and things like that. But at the heart of it was that great journalism. So thank you, MTV. R.I.P.
Yes.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. MTV. They gave up the music a long time ago. Now they're giving up the news. Okay, here's another hot new social trend that has kind of been around forever. There was a big story in the paper about the growing number of single mothers with kids moving in with each other so they can share expenses, share childcare, and just have a better financial platform. This is a hot new trend, sisters, in case you didn't know it. But what's really new about it is now there's an app for it, and it has a catchy name. The catchy name is Momune. So
That's cute. It's not new, Liz. That's not new. I mean,
I know.
mothers have, since the beginning of time, have been banding together to raise children, okay? Whether it's in cooperative nursery schools, La Leche League, you name it, mothers have been doing this, neighborhood groups. Okay, if you go to the park, what do you see? You see mothers and children. Now you see a lot of dads as well, but you see parents and children, okay, banding together to raise their kids.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so yes, it is a cute name, but it is not new.
Yeah. It's all about the app and the name. But one more thing I was thinking, Leanne, I think now is the perfect time. I know you've thought about this in the past, but now is the perfect time to reboot Kate and Allie.
Right? Oh, I know. I love that show. One of my favorites. I would love to see a reboot of that. So that, again, way ahead of its time, Kate and Allie. So yeah, great. Commune. Somebody must be doing that. Somebody must be redoing. Okay. Okay. I have a bunch of nap trends, some of which are actually related to naps, some not so much. But anyway, all right. Moms, if you're listening, and maybe you are from Mommunes, or dads, here's something to put in your parenting pocket. Oh, Sergio, our engineer, this is for you. All right. Naps help babies not just learn, it helps babies imprint learning in their brains. All right. This is a recent study from parentingscience.com. I'll put the link in the show notes. So if you want to teach your child something, early child memory. So if you want to teach some language skills or sorting colors or playing with blocks, you have this opportunity, like right before they go down for their nap, to teach them those skills. And then as they go down for their nap, it actually helps imprint it on their brain. It's pretty
really? That's interesting.
Do you think it would work with Spanish if I do a
lingo? You should try that,
do
Julie.
a session and
It
then
does.
take a nap?
Yes, it does work with adults as well. Actually, that study came out like 2 years ago. So then they took a look at babies who generally do more napping. Now there's there's a lot of discussion in the article about how soon, like you learn and then you go down within 45 minutes, that's good. But if you learn and you go down within 90 minutes, that's not. So I just hope parents listening aren't completely stressed out by this. Because
It seems like it seems like more stress, Leah.
It
Yeah,
does.
carry on. Yep.
It does. That's what I want to say. Like, use it as you will. There is an opportunity, even like before bed, forget just naps, like before bed, that's why maybe reading aloud or singing aloud or playing sweet games with them before bed and then going to bed. That's also an important learning time too. But don't let the napping stress you out. But naps are good. And there is an opportunity there. Nap trend number 1. Nap trend number 2. Okay, you guys. I thought this was a joke when I saw it. I thought it was like an Onion story. Okay, but no.
Good. I like these kind of stories. This is true. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Have you seen these dog beds that are made for humans? Okay, so the dog beds, like the deluxe ones my dog has on the floor with the little pillow around the outside, soft, fluffy.
Like
They're
that
dog
you get
beds.
at Costco.
Yes.
Those big ones.
Yes. Well, now they make them for humans so you can nap with your dog. Okay, so instead of the dog coming into your bed, you go to the dog's bed. They're called pluffles.
I mean, this is
This is a practical name because all
the same bed.
silly.
I know. Julie, it's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean,
Well, I mean, I just watched my dog Oliver. He likes to lick his bed, chew on it. So, I mean, I spend a lot of quality time with him, but I just don't see that I'm gonna
lie down on the ground with him and nap.
No, I
know.
don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it's
Roll over on your back, put your legs in the air. It's insane. I just can't. Yeah, apparently just the owner, these pluffles have taken the internet world by storm. But of course they were first seen on Shark Tank, but they're literally that's an actual product that people are buying. I don't understand that at all. Why
do they have a bed or they don't even have a conventional bed?
No.
It's
the people who are buying them, I don't know. Yeah, I think they probably have both. It's just specifically for napping with the bolsters around the side. Again, who knows? I know I had seen a bunch of stories and I'm like, what the heck is that thing? I thought it was a joke. No, it's real. Okay. And then another trend, according to the New York Times, we've talked about nap dresses on this show before. This is a sort of basically, an old fashioned, slightly better than a nightgown, it has topping on top and then it's loose and flowy and you can nap in it. And they became very popular during the pandemic when people didn't have to wear any clothes. And so now there's a whole line of wedding nap dresses. So you can now get married in a nap dress. Now,
is that you're getting up out of the dog bed in your nap dress to go down the aisle? Is that what's happening here?
That is what's happening. A couple of years ago, I decided I'm just not going to talk about what people wear anymore because I don't care. But I would just say this, wear whatever you want. I don't want to judge. But I would just say this, 25 years from now, when you look at your wedding photos, you're going to be happy that you're not in a nightgown. Okay. That, I mean, I mean, it's the one day in your life, at least the one day in my life, where I really wanted to look beautiful. I did not wear a traditional dress. I wore a short wedding dress.
Mhm.
It doesn't, you can do something interesting and have it not be a nightgown. That's all I want to say, brides to be. If you're considering this nap dress,
I think a lawn's nightgown themed wedding would be interesting, be very comfortable for both the bride and all
everybody.
the guests. Yes, for the guests. Okay.
All right, nap dress.
Oh. Well, speaking of dresses, sisters, I am very excited for someone in the Satellite Sisterhood to see a new exhibit that is running in New York. It is at the Museum of Art and Design this summer. And the name of the exhibit is Generation Paper, a fashion phenomenon of the 1960s. Leon, you were too young. You were a little baby, but for a very brief time, women in America had a paper dress in their closet, a hip and happening print on it. It was a small window of time. It was like 4 years from like 1966. It was all over by 1970. Okay, done. Okay,
Yes.
but Liz, you know what I'm talking about.
I know where you're going with this because you, in fact, owned one.
I had a paper dress, Liz. My 12th birthday party. Hold on to this. I had a paper dress that matched the paper tablecloth for my birthday party. Like the napkins, the tablecloth, and my dress were all the same. They were all paper, and it was hip, and it was happening, and I just thought it was the greatest thing. But here's the background. Do you realize that Scott Paper Company was the one that cooked up this idea of the paper dress? And they most of them were very simple, like shift kind of dresses, very mod, and because they would put these wild, like Marimekko prints on them and pop art and all kinds of interesting things. But Scott Paper, they're the ones that cooked this up, and you could mail order a paper dress. And then they promoted it at a junior Miss pageant, and it kind of caught on. And then it was like a really big deal. And like socialites in New York were wearing them, and they were having balls where you had to wear a paper dress. And then it was gone. It was just this little moment in time. So the show sounds great. 63 garments. I can't believe that there are 63 of these paper dresses left in the world, because you couldn't wash them, Leon. I mean, it was, it was like a paper tablecloth. Okay. But you could cut it, Leon, and you could make your own design. If you wanted to cut a hole in the midriff, you could do that, Leon. That would have been.
Yeah.
See,
Leon, I hear the skepticism in your voice. I would like to reinforce what Julie just said. That these were considered very hip and very cool, even on Julie Dolan at age 12. It was super cool.
it was.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were considered cool because we mocked them for a long time. We have that like one remaining photo of Julie in her paper dress. I was just kind of searching.
Where is that?
I don't know. I was like, do I have that on my computer somewhere? Like, I don't know. But yeah, I remember. I just didn't know socialites were wearing them. I thought it was yeah.
I bet Jackie O had a paper dress, or her sister Lee had one too.
Okay. Lee for sure.
I mean, our mom had a paper dress.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Oh, yeah. And she was a fashionista.
Yeah.
Okay, so it happened. So please, if you're in New York, check it out, Museum of Arts and Design this summer. And if you can post something about your reaction when you go in the Facebook group, I'd love to hear. I don't know if I'm going to get to New York this summer, but that was a moment.
Oh, wow. Look at the photos of the
new
exhibit. It looks great. Yeah. Someone, please go to this. It's running through August 27th. A fashion phenom of the 1960s, the Museum of Arts and Design. Great. Okay. That's cool, Jewel.
Okay. Well,
okay. So, Jewel, you were cool. I see. You were cool.
See, I know. I mean, I have to say I never watched MTV News because I had young children. So that just didn't work. Okay. You're watching Sesame Street. Anyway, brand new department here at Satellite Sisters. It's entitled Seriously Gen Z. Okay. Because I read about this trend where Gen Zers find phone calls to be microaggressions. Okay. And a microaggression, is a verbal or behavioral indignity that it is some kind of small trauma for people of this generation to receive a phone call. Now, simultaneously, another trend is going on, which is Gen Z. If you want to be extra special with your friends, you leave them a voice text. Okay. So you see where I'm going with this? Like you have this device in your hand that can connect you worldwide, not to have two-way conversation. You can have a video phone call, okay? And you can be so connected. But they don't want that kind of connection. They want like just one-way connection, okay? What I mean, all this wasted technology, okay? Where's it going? What do we I did.
So your position is the phone should be used for phoning? Is that
Phoning? I mean, we're that's exactly it, Liz. Why we're stopped phoning on the phone because
you used to be so cool, Julie. I mean,
I'm not. And I don't want to cause trauma to young people by calling them on the phone. But I sense that. I had to contact a college student yesterday, and I had to actually have a two-way conversation. So I phoned him. I think it surprised him. I think he was like sort of his head snapped back that phone rang and he had to talk in person there. It was a wonderful phone call. We got a lot accomplished because it was a two-way conversation.
I support Gen Z in all things. This is
fine. You're fine with this. Okay. You're not calling any of them. Okay.
Setting their own rules. I can't. They all kind of communicate differently and individually. They do like those voice texts. I get a bunch of those now from the Gen Zers in my life. And then they kind of disappear. I think that's why they like it. But yes, phone calls, they have a hard time.
Phone calls disappear. They don't come, but they don't stay.
That's true, Joel. Good point.
It's okay. Bring back the phone. Okay. All right. But Leon, all right. If you're defending Gen Z, I mean, I'm
supporting Gen Z.
Supporting.
I don't want. I feel like I'm getting trapped here on this show. Supporting all the generations. Martha in a bathing suit. People in wedding dresses that are nap dresses. Gen Z. I'm supporting everybody. Supporting everybody.
Okay. Well, this is a little bit like. You know how, Liz, that you talked about mommunes? I think there is another trend out there called delicately dumping that's apparently going on with Gen Z, where this is where, you have a partner, boyfriend, whatever, and you want to dump that partner. So what you do is you just stop talking, okay? Stop texting, stop voice texting. You just stop, okay? But you don't actually say to this other person, like, hey, let's break up. Okay. You just stop altogether, and it gets so bad for the other person that they dump you. And
well, that's been going on for generations.
But see, I know but see, now some therapist in the UK has entitled it delicately dumping. But that's not right. That's not kind. It's not nice. And it's
it's not nice.
It's not adult. It's not adult at all. Okay. Yeah. If you're going to break up, you break up. And you can do it on the phone. I'm going to give you
and then you can just get in your dog bed for humans and take a little nap with your dog. You're going to feel so much better.
We'd like to welcome Air Doctor as a sponsor to Satellite Sisters. We're so happy to introduce our listeners to an air purifier that captured the attention of established media outlets like CNN, Money, ABC, and more, including our sister, Julie Dolan. Julie, do you enjoy clean air?
Yes, Leon, I want clean air. I live here in Texas. The wind blows, and it just blows stuff from all over the country right here to Texas, okay? I have a dog. I have pets. I have pet dander. I live in a city. There's pollution. I want clean air, Leon.
Okay. Well, Julie, Air Doctor filters out dangerous contaminants and allergens so your lungs don't have to. That's right. It's pre-filtered air before you breathe it in. Did you know we take 20,000 breaths a day? That's
No,
almost that's almost 3,000 gallons of possibly polluted air, but not with Air Doctor. Air Doctor uses an ultra HEPA filter that's been independently tested to remove 99.99% of tested bacteria and viruses. Allergens can vary in size, but the average pollen size is 25 microns. We don't really know how small that is, do we, Jewel? We don't know.
No, that seems really big to me, Leon. And I don't want that in my lungs. Okay. Please, Air Doctor, help me.
Well, that's true, because Air Doctor virtually removes 100% of particles as small as 0.003 microns. So you're set. Air Doctor comes with a no questions asked 30-day money back guarantee. So if you don't love it, just send it back for a refund minus shipping. So head to airdoctorpro.com and use promo code SISTERS. And depending upon the model, you'll receive up to 39% off or up to $300 off. Those are numbers we can live with.
Yes.
Lock in this special offer by going to airdoctorpro.com. And Air Doctor Pro is Air, A-I-R, Doctor, spell out the whole word, D-O-C-T-O-R, Pro, P-R-O. airdoctorpro.com and use promo code SISTERS. Thanks, Air Doctor. Julie, I understand you have a tip on a new Prose product that you are a stan for. Is that what the kids say, Julie? You're going to stan?
Yes.
Stan
I might just whisper it, Leon. This is my secret. Dry shampoo. Did you hear me? Dry shampoo. Prose dry shampoo. You know how much I play tennis.
Yeah.
And sometimes right after tennis, I have to do something like, where my hair has to look pretty good. Okay. I love that dry shampoo. I just put it in, zhuzh it up, and I'm looking professional. I'm looking like I can go out and about, and it's all because of Prose dry shampoo.
Wow, Julie, this is a huge tip. I don't have the Prose dry shampoo. I have, I think, every other product in the Prose line because I so believe in it. I'm gonna head right on over to prose.com/sisters and order that dried shampoo. You know, we love Prose. It's personalized hair care. It's it's custom. It's got your name on it. They pick clean, sustainably sourced ingredients that get closer to your hair goals with every wash. It's a carbon neutral certified B Corp, and it's an industry leader in clean and responsible beauty. And according to Julie, makes a fab dry shampoo. So here's what you do. If you want to get in on this custom made to order hair care from Prose, it's got your name all over it. Take your free in-depth hair consultation and get 15% off your first order today. Go to prose.com/sisters. And Prose is spelled Prose. Prose.com/sisters for your free in-depth hair consultation and 15% off. Thanks, Prose. It's time now to announce the winner of the Big Fun Weekend gift basket. So we want to thank everybody who bought their tickets for the Big Fun Weekend in Minneapolis in October. Prior to Mother's Day weekend, we were running a contest. And if you bought your ticket, you got entered into a drawing. Congratulations to Suzanne Tangi. When she arrives in Minneapolis in October, she's going to get a Best of Minneapolis gift basket. We're going to put that together special. So Suzanne. Yep. Suzanne, thank you for buying. It looked like Suzanne was responsible for 2 tickets, but Suzanne, this is your ticket was the one that was actually pulled. So whoever that friend is you're bringing, don't let her in on your gift basket, Suzanne. It belongs to you. So congratulations and thanks to everybody. Information for the Big Fun Weekend registration still open. We'll be open until September. We'll let you know when we're closing it. But all that information is at satellitesisters.com. We would love to see you in Minneapolis and contact Suzanne if you want some special Minneapolis products. She'll be there. She'll be there and she's the winner.
Okay. Another thing we are working on for the Big Fun Weekend is a special merch collection. And so it'll be some redone Satellite Sister stuff, but some special limited edition merch related to Big Fun Weekend. So Leon and Julie, you both saw on Zoom some of the test products that I made. Right? I showed you a sweatshirt with both of you rejected. I showed you a couple of hats. There were questions about the hats. So Leon, on Friday night, I delivered to you 2 sample hats.
Yes.
So that you could wear them around on your own head and give me some feedback on the hats. So how did that work?
Yeah, no, the hats are good. I particularly like the white hat. That felt good. I have a smaller head than you. So, I mean, I don't want, no, that's not personal. On you, they look like baby hats, but on me, they look like normal hats. So I wore the white one all weekend long. So,
Okay.
loved it. Loved
All
it.
right.
So we're definitely going to have a bucket hat, on our list. Definitely a bucket hat.
So this stuff is not for sale yet, but it will be for sale at the appropriate time once we work all the way through our elaborate product testing schemes. So that's part of this is the intro to my report, which we now call Lizzie D on the socials. So you haven't heard from Lizzie D for a while. Here we go. First, the product testing was on the socials. Leon and I did an Insta Live last Friday where I was wearing the hats, and that's where you commented that I had such a big head that the hat's too small. So anyway,
I think she's over that comment for sure, Leanne. Oh,
I think I confessed that I have a big head.
Yes, you did. I think it's universally acknowledged.
I think I have a very big head. That's why I wear very few hats. Anyway, so Lizzie D on the socials, we did some product testing on Insta Live. Julie, you and I did an Instagram Live where you were at home and I was live from the Santa Monica dog park. That was fun, right?
Liz, yeah, that was fun. You look like you were dressed for winter, but it was just summer in Santa Monica.
Okay. So if you're not already following Satellite Sisters on Instagram, it's worth it. You never know when we're going to pop up. I mean, we've been mainly popping up on Fridays, but it could be anytime and it could be live. So we are at Sat Sisters on Instagram. So check it out. Some of the product testing, Leah, and you also put that in. We have a new Facebook group that is for attendees of the Big Fun Weekend, right?
Yes. So if you search that on Facebook, Big Fun Weekend attendees, you'll find it. We also sent out links, and I'll repost some links around there, but so people can self-organize there.
Yeah.
So I asked for some suggestions on products they'd like to see, and people have been putting suggestions there, which is helpful. We're not going to have a complete store, but we would like to have a few great products.
Yeah, some cool stuff. Now, there was a question there that was left about on the Instagrams, if there's a way for us to show things and not have them flipped backwards, because you're reading them backwards. And I'll just say this to that. If there is, I don't know it. There may very well be, but I've never figured that out on Instagram. Everything you're getting is a mirror image. So there's that. Another thing, Lizzie D on the socials in the Satellite Sisters Facebook group, longtime listener Kathy Douglas, who has even appeared on the show in the past, she posted something there. She said, "Let's start a thread," and she called it "There, I've Said It," where people are posting things that they just have never said out loud that might be unpopular points of view, but they're just going to post it there with the sentence, "There, I've said it." Unbelievably, there were 229 comments.
People have some pent up things they want to talk about.
I think that's true. Julie. So I'm just going to name a couple. You can go there and read them. You can post your own. Let's see. Sherry put, and I'm with you on this one, turkey bacon is not real bacon and fat-free mayo is not real mayo. So good. I think we can support that. Lori, this was a surprise. Lori posted, "I hate the word amazeballs." There, I've said it.
That's a low stakes there. I've said it. Way to go, Lori.
Yeah.
Low stakes.
I think a lot of them are low stakes. Here's a high stakes one, though, Leona. I'll end with this one. This could really create a debate. Janet said, "Brides and grooms should pay for every item of their wedding party's attire." There, I said it. So, okay. I think anything once you get into like weddings, very high stakes. But Janet, we appreciate your forthrightness. There, I've said it. Then one last thing I wanted to say about in the socials. Back on Instagram, you sisters have noticed anytime we're on camera together, People do ask me about my lipstick color a lot, don't they?
A lot,
Well,
every
it-
single time.
It looks fabulous on you, and it's it's very striking. So what is your secret, Liz?
Yes. So people ask me a lot, and when I get the question, I answer the question. It's a Bobbi Brown art stick, and color is cassis. But then I liked back on the Instagram that Mary then in the comments thanked me for what she called my Instagram makeup tips. And I just, for anyone who didn't really watch the video, I just didn't want anyone to think that that's what we were doing on Instagram Live. Makeup tips. I was answering a specific question about my lipstick color, but I do appreciate that it got classified as an Instagram makeup tip because I hear that's a whole world, right? That the kids, that's what they do is Instagram makeup tips. So thank you, everybody. That is Lizzie D in the socials.
Well, yeah. What's next after Cooking with Liz? It's Makeup with Liz, I guess. Another surprising career turn is what I would say.
She's constantly transforming, just like Martha.
Just
right?
like Martha.
Just like Martha. I like it. Well, sisters, I spent a Mother's Day weekend. I was very excited to see that J-Lo had a new movie coming out on Mother's Day weekend on Netflix called Mother. I thought, oh, this is perfect. Now, I mean, I love J-Lo and I love her movies, Out of Sight, Wedding Planner, Made in Manhattan, right? Monster-in-Law. You can go on and on. The Backup Plan, Marry Me, Second Act. I mean, these are wonderful J-Lo movies, right?
Wonderful. They're all
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes.
Okay. So this movie is on Netflix called Mother. All right. Are you ready for this? J-Lo plays an Afghan war vet / ace sniper / mercenary. Okay. Are you following me?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, that's what they
// Okay.
I think Mark Wahlberg was not available to do this movie. So they're like, J-Lo, you can do it. Okay. So she is an ace sniper turned mercenary. And she was involved with 2 bad guys, and she is now pregnant with somebody's child. Okay. That's the basic story. Now, Leon, she goes on a run. She decides that she's going to turn herself into the FBI, but it doesn't go well. I'm not giving away anything in the story here, really, because you're not going to watch this movie after I finish this review. Okay. All right. She returns to her hometown. Guess what J-Lo's hometown is, Leon, in this movie? Afghan war vet, ace sniper, mercenary. Where does she live? Just take a wild guess.
Pasadena?
No. She lives in Alaska.
Oh, my God.
Yes, J-Lo in Alaska.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, she lives in an unheated hut and she hunts caribou. Okay. Okay.
Oh, you must be kidding. That cannot possibly be true.
No, I am telling you the truth. That is, yes, she is in Alaska. Her hair looks fabulous the whole time she's out hunting, scaring away wolves, being a sniper, setting traps. She's got this fabulous fur jacket, but that's what she's doing. Okay. Who talked to her? I don't know. Did Ben make her do this movie? I don't know how it's possible because besides being just like inane, it's extremely violent. I mean, and that's why
Wow. That's quite a Mother's Day combination.
I know. I was like, I'm looking for the wedding planner. Okay.
Right.
But she's a sniper and she's shooting a lot of people. A lot of people are dying in this and just terrible violence in this movie. So anyway, but I read the New York Times review of it. And you would never know that from this review. It sounds like, oh, J-Lo, she's an action figure. No. This is just ridiculous. Okay. So please don't watch that. Just, okay. That's all.
So this is a 0 on Rotten Tomatoes for Julie Dolan.
Yes. It's J-Lo, Rambo. It's not working. Okay. I mean,
she makes a lot of unusual choices with her movies, I think.
Yes. I
I
love
think she does not have someone good advising her there because she's a good actress. But
she makes a lot of good movies, and some of her action movies have been great, but apparently not this one.
Yeah.
What I liked, Julie, when I was doing the show notes, I went to YouTube to get the the trailer for this movie called Mother. So I've only watched the trailer, but it was kind of an LOL. The one line she speaks in the trailer is, "I'm a killer, but I'm also a mother."
Oh my gosh.
Some good writing there, right?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. But so just don't watch it. No, it is the opening scene in particular is just very violent. Don't watch it. Yep.
Okay. All right.
I can't even tell you why it's so violent. Okay. Carry on.
Okay. On the total flip side of that, so Sunday night, of course, I'm waiting around, tick, 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 just waiting, tick, 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 tick. Not for 60 minutes, no, tick, tick. I'm waiting for Succession, of
Yeah.
course, okay, because Succession comes on Sunday nights in the Pacific time zone. We do get HBO in the Eastern time zone. So it comes on at 6 p.m. instead of 9 p.m., which is one of the many excellent reasons to live in the Pacific time zone. So, but as I'm sitting and waiting for it, I'm thinking, well, maybe it doesn't come on at 6. Anyway, it could come on at 5 or 5:30. So I go to HBO just hoping that there's going to be some technical snafu and Succession will be early. But it was not early. So now I'm on HBO just looking for something else to watch, but something that's not going to take very long because tick, tick, tick. At 6 o'clock, I'm watching Succession. So, and I found this adorable series that is called Beach Cottage Chronicles. So, as described, it is Beach Cottage Chronicles.
Yeah.
It's basically, I love home decorating shows. I love home renovation shows. These are the best part of this, tick, tick, tick. They're each 10 minutes long. So it's
that's
just
good.
a 10-minute little installation of like, here's how this house got saved by the family, where one was on near Jacksonville Beach. Most of them were in Southern California. But 10 minutes on one little beach house getting zhuzhed up, it was so excellent. But so I watched like 5 of them. And then, but I kept thinking to myself, what is this doing on HBO? Like, this does not belong on HBO. I mean, I know I was in the TV business just long enough to understand this is not the HBO brand at all. What is happening here? So then I go kind of behind the scenes at Beach Cottage Chronicles, and I see that, well, now that HBO and Warner Brothers Discovery, it's all the same company.
Right.
Everything is all the same company. So this was really a Discovery Plus show, not an HBO show. But even more than that, the production company is Magnolia. So it's secretly Chip and Joanna.
Oh, Succession. They're working their way onto that show, Liz, perhaps.
But there's no Chip and Joanna in this, but it's just a little touch of Magnolia that's made its way to Discovery Plus and now has made its way to HBO. So I recommend, if you're waiting around for something to start on HBO, try a Beach Cottage Chronicle. I found it totally delightful and relaxing, which is a lot more than I can say for this weekend's episode of Succession.
Ooh, yeah, that was wow. There's a lot in there. We didn't even we didn't even get to discuss the dissolution of the brand of HBO Max. Now that they're just going to call it Max, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yes.
The worst decisions ever. All right. I just want to remind people that last week we posted our Satellite Sisters Best Beach Bag Books. Thanks to everybody who's already downloaded the list and the episode. This is always one of our most popular episodes of the year, and we so love putting the list together. There are lots of good titles there. If you haven't been there, there's fiction, historical fiction, there's thrillers, there's memoir. There's a lot of books about running because that's what Liz wanted to put on the list this year. So she put her books on the list. There's some book club faves and some that are just absolutely perfect for the beach. I wanted to recommend one additional book this week. It's on the list. It's a good book if you're driving. So if you have plans to go somewhere for Memorial Day weekend or over the next couple weekends, it's Sally Hepworth's book, The Soulmate. It's a domestic thriller if you like domestic thrillers, and I like them in audio form. I listen to a lot of them on audiobook just because it keeps me like folding the laundry or doing the chores out in the back or driving around. So this one is good because it's just 9 hours. Like it's not, sometimes they can be 15, 2 days drive. This is, if you're doing one long drive Memorial Day weekend, this is a good one. Not with kids in the car because there are some adult themes in there, but it's about a couple's marriage and sort of all the secrets and lies that they've hidden from each other that come out over the course of the 9 hours. And it does kind of twist and turn and keep you guessing. It's called The Soulmate by Sally Hepworth. So I listened in audio. So you get a little, Australian accent because it's set in Australia. So I like that too in my domestic thrillers. I like a foreign accent. So, so noted. Yes.
All right.
Recommending the audiobook of that.
Okay. Well, I want to say, Julie, I took your recommendation from the list. One of the books you recommended was Mick Herron's book, Bad Actors. So this is part of the Slow Horses series, right?
Yes.
I loved the TV show on Apple TV Plus, but I had never read or listened to any of the books. So you recommended Bad Actors. I started listening to it Sunday morning when I was like out walking the dog. I did nothing for the whole rest of the day but listen to this book. It was so good.
Yeah, it's a good story. It's so well written. It's a great story. Yes.
And for as much as I love the TV show Slow Horses, I think I actually liked this audiobook even more because it's so well written. It's funnier, it's super clever.
Yes.
They include a lot of political shenanigans that don't quite make it into the TV show in the same way. So, and it's narrated by this guy, Gerard Doyle.
Yeah, he's a very famous narrator. Yeah.
Oh
he's
my
great.
God. He is fantastic. So any of these books, I would think, as an audiobook, would be a good listen. But Bad Actors was really a great listen. So thank you for the recommendation, Julie.
You're welcome, Liz.
I can attest. I have listened to the whole series on audio and from start to finish. And yeah, I prefer it to the TV show. Fantastic. They're great audiobooks. Also good for car rides. So
Yes.
also all gender people will all genders will enjoy
Yes.
that series as well as The Soulmate, all genders. Okay, we want to let you know we're going to be off for the next 2 weeks, but we are going to be reposting some of our favorite Beach Bag Book author interview shows. So you will have shows being posted to your podcast app next week. We're going to talk to Dervla McTiernan. She's an Irish thriller writer who now lives in Australia. We talked to her last year about her book, The Murder Rule, and that is out in paperback now. So we're going to talk to Dervla next week. And the week after that, to celebrate the release of his new book, we're going to repost Stephen Rowley's interview that we did. Remember, we spoke to him very early on when The Guncle came out, which has gone on to become like now a beloved book, giant bestseller, out in paperback. It's going to be a movie, but that was one I got an advance copy of and we loved it right away. So we talked to him for our Father's Day show in 2021. So we're going to repost that as well. So the next 2 weeks, there will be shows for you in your podcast app. We will be off. All right. A big thanks to Sergio Enriquez, our engineer. Thank you, Sergio. We appreciate it. Emily Loudermilk is our graphic designer. And Emily just slipped in that she's getting married in the
I
next.
know.
Wow.
Next month.
I'm like, Emily, take a couple weeks off the show. Don't worry. Like we're fine. You just go get married. Don't worry about it. We love Emily's drawings. They show up on Instagram and in Pep Talk and on Facebook. We love having them. But Emily, good luck. Get married. Best wishes. How fantastic. Very
And wear whatever you want, Emily. Wear whatever you want. And
well. Dude, I hope she's not wearing a nap dress.
Maybe a paper dress. I didn't think she could bring it back.
Okay. All right, Emily, we're wishing you all the best. All right, our to-do list. Jewel, what do you got?
Well, we want to wish our big brother, Dick Dolan, it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Dick. You know, you are everything that we would want in a big brother. You're kind, you're generous, you're smart, you're funny, you're supportive, and you're really, really handy, which is
Super handy. Yeah.
that's a very good quality too. So we hope as you listen to this, you're having a great day And good work. Another trip around the sun. Okay.
Liz?
Well, with all the dog talk this week, especially about the human dog beds, on the to-do list today, for some reason, a Hooper woke up limping this morning.
Oh,
And I'm not sure how that happened between last night when he was fine and this morning when he's limping. And I think it might have been caused by, of course, he sleeps on my bed. I think it might have been jumping off my bed. Somehow he injured himself. Anyway, the dog is limping. You never know, like, how long to ignore that versus how soon to take him to the vet. So I'm going to have to sort that out this afternoon once we get this show posted, is address the dog limping situation.
Oh my gosh, you are one vet visit away from getting that human dog bed, aren't you?
she is.
I
The
mean,
problem with me, a human dog bed, is when I get down on the floor, I can't get back up anymore.
okay, the two of you. All right.
Because of my left leg. Yeah. So we both have limpage situations.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Speaking of that, I want to wish longtime friend and Satellite Sisters listener, Natalie. She posted in our Facebook group a couple weeks ago. She has to get like an emergency hip replacement.
I
And
saw that.
Oh,
And she said she got such great information from everybody in Facebook. Super duper helpful. She goes in tomorrow for surgery. I spoke to her yesterday. So wishing her a great surgery, a speedy recovery, and no limping. No limping. But she wanted me to thank everybody who gave her such great advice. She's really appreciated it. All right. So that is it. Hey, sisters, have a great week.
you too, Leanne.
You too, Leanne.
And don't forget, call your satellite sister.